All right. So you guys still seem very shaky with unit circle and things, and again, like the way that I find is easiest to do unit circle is knowing the triangles. Cross from pi over 3 is root 3. And then the plus sign. So solving these guys on the back here. Yesterday I had said, first thing, cosine inverse, is it quadrant 4 and 1 or quadrant 1 and 2? 1 and 2, okay. So I asked you guys to draw it. It's quadrant 1 and 2. And Keith, that it's cosine here is negative, what quadrant am I gonna draw the angle in?
Like
2. He's pointing that one. Okay. So then, Kamal, the next thing, I need to find the reference angle, so the baby angle with my triangles, or the plus sign. Root 2 over 2, is that the triangle on the left, the triangle on the right, or is it the plus sign? What am I gonna look at? The one on the right, the triangle up here, because it's the one with the root 2 on it. Now, we gotta be careful, because root 2 over 2 is rationalized, and I wrote around the room 3 different places. Root 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over square root of 2. So Kamal, looking at this triangle, what angle makes adjacent over hypotenuse 1 over root 2? Pi over 4. Perfect. Okay, Sam, so now I need to find the reference angle that Kamal just gave us is that pi over 4. I need the big angle. What is that? It's not pi over 4. I mean, it's going to be something pi over 4. Galila, how did you get that? Okay. So, it's a whole pi minus, it's short, it's shy by a little bit. How much little bit? 1/4. So Sam? 4/4 minus 1/4? 3/4. Okay, Zach. The second one up here. Okay. It's secant, crap, I don't know secant for anything. Secant is which trig function upside down? Cosine, so is it quadrant 4 and 1 or 1 and 2? Quadrant 1 and 2. Quadrant 1 and 2. Catalan is cosine the x value or the y value?
X value.
X value. So where is the x value negative 1? And Laura, where is the x value in this thing? Where is the x value negative 1? Quadrant, this is positive 1, that's negative 1. So probably what angle takes me there? Angle, I want an angle. Pi. And whereas secant negative 1 is exactly the same place where cosine is negative 1. Because they're reciprocals, they're upside downs of each other. Negative 1 upside down is still negative 1. Kinda okay? Because Mr. Carlos says that her class is not comfortable with these at all. And I know that you guys aren't like, yay, let's like have an 18-hour test on this, but I feel like you're sort of getting it. Okay, Dante, a lot of people ask me about 36. He's telling me the answer. Shh.
Sorry.
When is sine 2? Yeah, so on the unit circle, which the unit circle goes from negative 1 to 1, on the unit circle, when can sine have a y value of 2?
Never. Doesn't
Never.
exist.
So you could say doesn't exist, but when is sine 2? When is this y value going to bust off the circle and get bigger than 1? It isn't. And you guys, you will see questions that ask you this, like, you'll be solving some equation and you'll come up with, well, one of the answers is when sine is 2. But it's never 2. You need to be strong enough in your knowledge to know that that's not possible. Yeah.
You're right, undefined.
No, I don't write undefined, okay? Just say never, because, like, and Keith, I won't mark that wrong, but, like, tangent to pi over 2, that's undefined. And that's approaching some asymptote, like, it means something to me. I know what's going on in the graph.
Would it be,
But when it's sine 2, it just straight up isn't.
so you couldn't you put DNE?
Does not exist is okay, like there, and does not exist is the same thing as never. And Delta math makes a big deal about the difference between does not exist and undefined, and usually they're exactly the same. Here, undefined really means graphically there's probably an asymptote. And this one, it just isn't. It's like unicorns. Sorry, unicorns not true, not a thing. Sorry, dude. Leprechaun's not real either. Okay. However, all right, this one, secant. Where is secant 2? Can secant be? It can be. All right.
Oh,
Sorry, what? 37. Yeah. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Hayden, what were you gonna say?
For secant, I have pi over 6.
Okay. Let's check. First of all,
oh,
secant.
sorry, that's secant.
Secant is which trig function upside down again? Cosine. So is it 4 to 1 or 1 to 2? 1 and 2. And guys, the ones I had you cross off are these, the ones, well, the reciprocals in funny places. Yeah.
I have pi over 3 for secant.
Pi over 3. Okay, so it's going to be, this is saying secant of some angle is 2, which is asking when is cosine 1/2. When is cosine 1/2? 1 is adjacent to the pi over 3. So there you go. Like, those questions, like, that one's hard. Solid. Khalil, cosecant is what trig function upside down? Sine. So this is saying where is cosecant 2 is where is sine 1/2. So Hayden was answering this one earlier. Jackson, where is sine 1/2? So where is cosecant 2? Pi over 6. Nia, cosine inverse -4. What is cosine -4? Never, because it's stuck between -1 and 1. When is it going to be -4? Isn't. Alexia, where is cosecant 1/2? Because that is asking, where is sine 2? So I told you guys there were 4 questions that had never as an answer. 3 of them were in the part that was not assigned yesterday. Zach was like, I was looking, I didn't find them in the part that was assigned. True. Dante, question?
Didn't you say that you could argue that there's like 5 yesterday? Which one would you have like said, like you could have said?
4 or 5. I couldn't remember how many I put on there. Yeah. Okay. I believe I have the answers in here. Please check that you got these right. Check that the answers on your paper match. And if they don't match, and you have a question, ask. Yeah? Number 18? 15, it's tangent. Tangent is quadrant 1 and 4, it's positive, so it's up here. So where is root 3 opposite? Pi over 3. 15. Cosecant. Where is cosecant 1? Cosecant is sine or cosine upside down? Sine. So sine is also this guy. Sine is the y value, so where is the y value? 1 pi over 2. Other questions? No? Sam? You were like not digging this at all. You were hating this unit. Yeah. Keith, anything? Are you ready for the next page? Question? Yeah, I think it was 33. 33? Okay, okay, cotangent, what? Cotangent, cotangent. And I'm gonna change it back to its unrationalized thing so that I can look at my triangle across from pi over 3, ugh, is root 3. So cotangent is adjacent over opposite. 1 is adjacent to pi over 3. I'm allergic to cotangent and secant, I don't know why, just find them hard. Other questions about any of these? Brianna, how you doing?
From the warm-up, the number 2 pi over 4, how would you know when to add the other numbers, like numbers?
Okay, cosine inverse, when cosine gives a negative ratio, right there, that's the one that is the weirdo. So here, the reason I'm asking you guys in the first thing, sine inverse, quadrant 4 and quadrant 1. Tan inverse, quadrant 4 and quadrant 1. Cosine is 1 and 2. Okay, so right there, whenever you see cosine inverse, it's either quadrant 1 or quadrant 2. It's a negative angle. Cosine's the x value. X is positive this way. X is negative that way. So it's somewhere over there. And this is why I'm asking you guys the next step in trying to solve these. Where is he? He's over there. Are you okay with the way we found the reference angle was pi over 4?
Then how come there's no negative sign in front of the answer then?
Okay, angles start here, that's 0. Is that direction around the circle a positive direction for angles or negative direction? Positive. So if I go positive pi over 2, positive pi over 2 is here, positive 3 pi over 4 lands there. Had a negative x value, but the angle is positive. We don't like that answer.
So unless there's a negative inside the parentheses of whatever it is that's telling you that, then it's not gonna have like a negative in the answer.
Correct. And this, yes, I mean, yeah. All positive angles come out of, or positive ratios come out of quadrant 1, so there'll be no negatives on it. Okay. Ready? Jackson's like, born ready. Okay, we already talked about that. Okay. Remember unit 1? It was so fun. Oh. first one.
Plug 0 to x.
So, to do f of 0, plug 0 into x, so what do I get?
Just get 0 minus 1.
0 minus 1, which is? Negative 1. Okay. Laura, what does f of 0 ask us to do? How about we take that out? What is that? What did we just figure out? Minus 1. So now we're going to do f of, not f of 0, but the answer that he just told us. Okay. F of negative 1, looking at this equation, how do we find f of negative 1? Plug it into x, so 3 times negative 1 minus 1, what do we get? Negative 4. Dante, you have this PTSD look. Is this bringing back bad memories?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Jack, how do I do the other one? F of 1.
Plug, you find what f of 1 is.
Okay. Inside first, what is f of 1? So plugging it in? Okay, so 3 times 1 minus 1, he says, is 2. So now that we've evaluated that, we're going to do f of 2. Marcy, what is f of 2 given this is f of x? F of x is 3 times x minus 1. So f of 2 is 3 times, it's going to be 3 times 2 minus 1, which comes out to 5. Okay? This is algebra 2. It's also algebra 1. If we're not okay with this, the rest of today is gonna be a problem. Okay. Okay, if you guys don't have a notebook out, get a notebook out. Zach, where's your notebook? That little scrap of paper's it?
Yeah.
Spectacular. Alright, so we need to deal with the inside first. And these are all done without a calculator. Chloe, tangent, positive ratio, what quadrant am I looking at? First quadrant. Okay, so as the hint says, sketch a right triangle. And the nose of the angle goes at the origin. So McKelly, if tangent of, this means tangent of some angle is 4/3. How do I label the sticks of the triangle? Manny, how do I find the hypotenuse? She said something, so I made it a question.
C squared is C squared.
I'll put a question mark. So she says Pythagorean theorem, and some of you just straight up have seen 3, 4, 5 triangle forever. Okay, so Hamal, here's the trick. I don't have a calculator, I don't know that this is 52 degrees. But tan inverse gives an angle. What angle? I named it in my picture, theta. So I'm all looking at the triangle, what is sine of that angle? Aren't you so smart? You were able to like, without a calculator.
How did we solve for tangent?
How did we solve for tangent? We didn't. I told you in the beginning, tan inverse of 4/3. Tan inverse, does that give me an angle or a ratio?
Angle?
An angle. So I named it, I was like, I'm gonna call you theta. And I drew the picture the way Kelly told me to. And then found the third side, the way Manny told me to with Pythagorean theorem. Old idea, 6th, 7th grade math. And then Hamal put it together and said, yeah, okay, I got you. So Hayden, you didn't like that. All right. Here's sine inverse, the second example up here. Sine inverse of -5/8. Where do I draw the triangle if sine is negative? Hayden, what do you think?
Opposite. So.
Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4.
4. And again, the nose of the triangle goes at the origin. Sam, how do I label the sides if sine is -5/8?
Opposite is 5. No. 5 minus 8.
Almost.
Is it negative? Or 5? Does it not?
The y value went down. Keep it as a negative, it may or may not affect our answers later. But keep it as negative because it is. Polly, how do I find the missing side? How do I find A?
So we do a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
What's the A? The 5 or the negative, or the -5 or the 8? The -5. So A squared plus 25 equals 64. 64 minus 25. You guys are saying 39. Do you agree? 60 down to 50, down to 40. 44 minus 5 is 39. Square root of 39. Is it positive square root of 39, negative square root of 39, or is it plus or minus? Okay, I hear plus or minus, which I do make you do in here all the time, but then look at context of the question. Yes, at first we would say plus or minus in this direction. Is it positive or is it negative? Positive only. All right. So Hayden, you okay with that process? Yeah. I don't believe you, but okay.
Well, I know that process.
Okay.
So basically, what we're doing is, we're using sine to figure out what the
The-
other angle.
What the other side length is, yeah. So sine of this spits out an angle. What angle? I don't know what size it is, but I named it in my picture. It is named theta. So, Zach, looking at the triangle as it's labeled, can you, Zach, you already know the answers. Cotangent, be careful, cotangent of theta, given this picture.
So then 39 over 5. Remove 39 over 5.
Okay, adjacent over opposite. So negative could be up top, down on the bottom, or straight out front, they're all the same answer. Yes?
Does it matter if you put the negative on the next to the next to like at the beginning?
Yes, it does matter. Because is the y value positive or negative? And the radius, is that positive or negative? For what we're doing right now, radius is always positive. And actually, I don't think we do polars in here, so I don't think we're ever gonna make radius negative. And just so you know, negative radius is, it just means facing this way, walk backwards. Yeah? So we didn't get anything. Okay. Try those two, compare with your group, write your answer as a group down on the whiteboard.
Hey, can you have me mark that? So, who wants to travel it? I'm gonna do tangent. I don't wanna do arc. Oh wait, arc cosine is just the opposite of cosine. It's like a inverse cosine.
Yeah.
I can do 4 actually.
Okay, so some people are starting to write on the board. Can you guys put answers down? It's just the answers, guys. Like number 3, the answer is, I don't know, 18 over 95. It's not that.
I got
6
which
I don't think is right.
is like so trying. It's not actually. Oh wait. Got it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean English change where the opposite or the opposite or the hypothesis?
Sorry?
Does being given like the Trig Inverse or cosine?
Opposite is still opposite.
I don't think I did it right either.
So does that mean the hypotenuse is wrong? Oh, because it's opposite, so the adjacent.
Yep. Okay, well, let's see what people have as answers, and we'll put them up. And you guys show me? So I see root 3 over 2. Well, what'd you guys get for the second one? So I see,
That's square root.
answers for the second one, where do people get it? Lots of options for the second one.
Oh, what did it come out?
I got 6 of them, that's what the answer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's it.
Go for it.
So,
Yeah.
is that 2 to the negative?
Yeah, 2 over 3.
All right, let's
Neil, maybe
Let's
write
look.
down this one. Oh,
Don't exactly know.
Okay, first off, tan inverse is root 3.
So it's just 2 over 3.
You guys should know what the third side is, because this is on the unit circle. Tangent of root 3 is pi over 3, but we'll pretend I don't know. Sine of theta, opposite over hypotenuse. I didn't see anyone get this one wrong. Yeah.
How about the tan inverse is like?
Oh, that was.
So tan inverse
Oh, like go big.
is asking for what angle makes this true. What angle makes tangent opposite over adjacent being root 3 over 1?
alright.
And we're gonna pretend I don't actually know the answer is pi over 3. I'm just gonna call it theta. So then putting the theta here, what is sine of that pi over 3 or sine of theta? Opposite over hypotenuse. I get it. Okay, this guy, cosine, it's positive. So positive, I'm gonna draw in this quadrant. Cosine is opposite over hypotenuse or adjacent over hypotenuse? Adjacent, so adjacent, hypotenuse, this guy. Nia, how do I find A?
You plug it into calculator.
Okay, so,
So A would equal to, yeah, and then plus 3, square root of 3, and then equals to 3.
I gotta square them. Square root of 3 squared equals 3 squared, so A squared plus 3 equals 9. A squared equals 6. So A equals plus or minus 6. I only want one of those answers. Which one in context with this? The positive. Sasha?
Why do you not switch it back to like 1 over root 3?
I could have. Okay, I'll try that in a second. It should give you the same answer, so we'll look. So I don't know what angle that is, but I want sine of that angle is square root of 6 over 3, so I get this one. And there's the question, well, square root of 3 over 3 is that. So 1 squared plus b squared equals the square root of 3 squared. Square root of 3 squared is 3. B squared equals 2. So we get sine is root 2 over root 3. Sorry.
I feel like that would make more sense than 6.
Okay,
Cause 6,
hang on. I want to show you why her answer is not wrong. The way we manage square roots, multiplying them, inside times inside, leave it inside. Inside times inside, leave it inside. So it is still correct, it just looks really weird. Sorry, Hayden, was there something else you wanted to?
well, I thought that square root of 2 or square root of 3 would be, just that would be the right answer, because square root of 6 doesn't seem like it makes very much sense, since
Okay.
the hypotenuse is supposed to be bigger.
Okay, square root of 3 is bigger than square root of 2. Square root of 6 is not bigger than 3, but it's hard to tell. So Hayden, I'm saying both of those are right. I won't mark them wrong. However, if you're taking an SAT or some other standardized test and it's multiple choice, they're not gonna show you this one. They're not gonna, they will rationalize the answer and they will present this one. So, just a heads up, you need to know how to take your correct answer and make it look like the one they've given. That's my main concern. Okay. Now we're doing, this one, the arc is on the outside. Can you guys just do number 3?
And go to the next section.
What is the? You have to solve. No, I guess they're all just like that. It just seems like.
How would you sign a 5 pi over 3?
Oh, you should try to.
He says subtract 2 pi, he says find the reference angle, both of them are the same thing. What is the reference angle? Reference angle is positive.
The answer's negative.
It's in quadrant.
The answer's
6
negative.
pi over 3 takes me all the way around, so 5 pi over 3
The answer.
is short by a little bit. Okay. And again, like I know this triangle really well at this point, I've written it like 18 times today. Across from pi over 3 is root 3, 1, 2, pi over 6. So, Keith, first of all, we're down here, quadrant 4, is sign positive or negative? Is it positive or is it negative in quadrant 4? Negative. So this is gonna be arc sine of negative something, okay? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. Okay, capitalized arc sine, back. Arc sine, sine is restricted, does it come out of quadrant 4 and 1, or 1 and 2? 4 and 1, so I want the answer from here. What angle makes sine root 3 over 2? We just did. Root 3 is opposite pi over 3. So it's pi over 3, but you said quadrant 4, so how do I make that be a quadrant 4 angle?
It's just an A5.
Yes. Okay? All right, I need to hand you the worksheet. Which the assignment, sorry, is both sides, but I'll go and please have to come again so it doesn't get right out.
We have a test.
Sign is negative there also, but restricted, that capital letter says restricted, the calculator is so sign is always restricted to quadrants 4 and 1.
Miss B,
Yep.
we need one more.
Okay.
Yes,
Did everybody get a worksheet? Anytime I look over, and I thought just watching them. And that's what I was the story from yesterday, but folks that I asked confirmed that we did try to do it. Probably did say we were missing.